Well, they're famous for printer kits, printer parts, stepper motors. Let's show you what else they got here. Stick around. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Scott, Edge of 3D, up here somewhere, and segment's probably about LDO. Haven't had this off the wall in quite some time, so I put it on. Anyway, a while back, Jason reached out to me and sent me some filament to test, and also sent me a Trident kit to build. And I've got the Trident kit, but I'm not going to start building that until I move to my new place up in Washington. So that's going to be a later date and time, and I'll probably do live streams on that one because I'll have a lot bigger studio, and I won't have to clear this off to build a printer and then clear this off to do my work. And the studio's not set up for building printers. It's, yeah, you get it. Anyway, I ran LDS's materials through the same tests that I do everybody else's, and I already went over I believe it was the lemon lime ABS, but we're going to touch on all of them right now since I have it out here, and don't know why this keeps coming unspooled on me, but different problem for different day. But you know, I've complained on a couple of recent videos about manufacturers not putting their name on the spool. At least LDO does, and I have not run these on the bamboo over here, the A1, but I have run them on the snap maker, and they fit the spool holders just fine on those. My test prints were done either in the Voron 2.4 or the Cheedy right there behind me. But let's jump over here to my website right quick, and we'll take a look at this. So I've been updating the website almost seemingly hourly, so there's a lot more information. When you jump on there, it's going to look like this. You can just hit the dark mode. This is no longer just a link to my Stack Blitz. It's actually hosted on my website now. So we'll just pull up LDO here and go over the numbers real quick, and then we'll compare some of theirs with some of the others. Their carbon fiber did the best on the tensile test at 165 kilograms of force. The olive green straight ASA 143.5. The peak point on each one of them, that's how many millimeters of stretch where they peaked out. 3.5 on the ASA carbon fiber. And on down the line with the ABS performing the lowest. This is where they actually broke at, and you can see typically on fiber-filled materials they'll break right after they peak, and that's the case here with the CF. It broke 1/10 of a millimeter past its peak point, so basically the same thing. ASA held on a little longer, and same with the ABS. It held on just a little bit longer. Layer adhesion. So as to be expected with a carbon fiber-filled material, lower layer adhesion. I'm doing some testing right now on different temperatures with carbon fiber and glass fiber filled materials, looking at where it fails at and what temperature yields the best layer adhesion versus printability and print quality. Direct thread 3mm screw screwed in 5 millimeters deep in a printed hole. ABS did the best. Carbon fiber did the worst here. Heat sets, that's a standard Voron spec heat set. Screwed in 5 millimeters, and they're all 90 to 95, so that's a fairly decent number. IZOD shock test, this is joules of energy consumed. And the carbon fiber filled obviously did the lowest. It's more brittle, and the ASA is the more tough. It's less brittle, tougher. Heat deflection testing. This is, they all started their heat deflection at about the same point, 103 to 105, and then the minimum bending radius, I haven't run the test on that yet. So if we take LDO out and let's just compare their ASA to everybody else's, and why it did not pull. Oh, that's minimum bending radius. That's why. So this is ASA glass fibers and carbon fibers and straight ASA. So their carbon fiber filled ASA hit right in the middle of the pack. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. Their x-axis break point, it actually did, or peak point did a lot better than some of the others. It stretched a lot further before it broke. The break point, same thing. It's down here, right here, middle of the pack again. Layer adhesion, that's a big one. And here's their carbon fiber. Compared to everybody else, up at the higher end, but not the greatest, not the worst. Direct thread yield, again, right here, it did pretty well. It scored near the top. Heat set yield, right here's their straight ASA, and then we drop down here to their carbon fiber, and it was down at the lower end, but 90 kilograms is still a hell of a lot of weight on a single heat set. IZOD, now these numbers over here that are the big, 20s, 40s, 70s, that's on the old system. These are the only materials I've tested so far on the new system, and they're carbon fiber filled down towards the bottom. They're straight ASA towards the top. So that's just a quick rundown on it. Fabreeko or Hector over at Fabreeko is the one that actually sent these materials. Jason had him send it to me. That's where to get this at, is from Fabreeko. I'll put a link in the video description down below. And we'll jump over here right quick and look at pricing. Just their straight lemon lime ABS, $24.99. The carbon fiber filled is $29.99. And I don't have it pulled up here, but I think the straight ASA is $28.99. Again, I'll put links in the video description down below. Of course, it says this item's out of stock on this carbon fiber filled ASA black, but I'm finding that to be the case all over the country on filaments. It's all over the brands. Everything's out of stock, out of stock. I suspect it has a lot to do with our current transportation issue woes that we're having. So check out LDO's materials over at Fabreeko. I'm going to build a trident, and I'm going to use LDO's materials for that trident build. Like I say, that'll be coming up after I get moved. I'm moving 1 month and 1 day from today. I leave here, so I'm running out of time to get this all packed up to go. I thank each and every one of you. Stick around to watch these all the way to the end. I appreciate it when you leave a comment down below. I try to answer all of them. I'm not necessarily successful at it, but I try. And hit the thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Hit the subscribe button. That helps with the algorithm, gets this channel out in front of more people. Hit the bell icon, and there's a link down below, and there's also a link on the top of my materials testing page to buy me a coffee. I don't get anything from manufacturers, filament manufacturers, or any other manufacturer for that matter for my channel, so self-supporting, supported off ad revenue and donations. I want to keep that website free for everybody to use, whether you donate or not, so those of you that can, appreciate it if you do. I don't want to put it behind a paywall. I'm trying my hardest to never ever have to do that. So see you on the next one. And as always, peace out.